Welcome to Course 2, Lesson 65. In this lesson, we're going to introduce to you the new vocabulary of pi and circumference. We're going to find an approximate value of pi by measuring the circumference and diameter of different circular objects. We're going to use the formula C equals pi times diameter, or circumference equals pi times diameter, to calculate the circumference of a circle given the length of the diameter or radius. And then we're going to represent the constant pi as a fraction and as a decimal. All right, so let's get started. This should all be new to you. I don't know you have too much experience with this outside of Pi Day. All right, first of all, a constant. Constant's a number whose value does not change. In the example here, in this expression, 2 times pi times radius, the numbers 2 and pi are constant. They never change. The only thing that's going to change is the radius. The length of the radius would change. But other than that, the 2 will always be a 2 and the pi will always be a pi. So in that case, the constants are the 2 and the pi. Pi itself, represented by this little symbol here, is the number of diameters that it requires to go around a circle. It's equal to the circumference of a circle. And they found that that's approximately 3.14 in decimals, or 22 divided by 7 when you see it in a fraction form. So knowing that, let's take a look at a few of these. All right, so remember back in investigation 2 that a circle is a smooth curve, every point of which is the same distance from the center. The distance from the center to the circle is called the radius, and we all know that. And the plural of radius is radii. The distance across the circle through the center, if you go all the way across, is called diameter. And the distance going around, if you start here and go all the way around, that is called the circumference. I think you all know those those words. Hopefully you do. If not, then you need to learn them. Make sure you remember them. All right, so the circumference of a circle is pi times the diameter of the circle. This is the formula we use right here. Circumference equals pi times diameter. So anytime they ask you for a circumference of a circle, you're going to find the diameter. You're going to times it by either 3.14 or 22 over 7, times it by 22 and divide by 7, depending on what the problem asks for. Some problems will tell you to use this one. Others will tell you to use the 3.14. Occasionally, you'll want to be extremely accurate. Then you could take it out several more decimal points and what pi really equals. And it goes on, but 3.14159265359. Sometimes pi, they'll just say leaving pi is pi. And so you don't actually have to solve it. All you'd have to do is where you normally times it by 3.14, you just leave pi in there for the calculation. And you'll see how to do that one. All right, so let's start with this one here, pretty basic. The radius of a circle is 10 centimeters. So if you've got a circle, and is the radius all the way across? Nope, that's diameter. Radius is just halfway. So if that equals 10, then what's all the way across going to equal? That'd be another 10. So our diameter is going to be equal to 20. And we know that circumference is equal to pi times diameter. So we know we got the 20. So we're just going to take our 20 and we're going to times it by 3.14 to get our answer. And so what you've got is you got 62.8. So the radius of a circle is 10 centimeters. The circumference is going to be 62.8. All right, let's see if you can do these three here. Find the circumference of each circle. Start with A. And for A, when you calculate circumference, use 3.14 for pi. On B, don't use 3.14. Take your diameter and times it by 22 and divide by 7. And on C, just leave pi as pi. Just tell me what you'd multiply it by to get circumference. Write the formula is what you're going to do. Pause the video and see if you can do this. All right, in the first one, you should have taken 30, that's your diameter, and you're going to times it by the 3.14, just like it told you, and you should have gotten an answer of 94.2. In the second one, you would have taken your diameter again. It gave you the diameter again of 14, but this time you're going to times it by 22 and divide it by 7, and you would have gotten 44 feet. And on C, all you had to do is take your radius here, double it to get your diameter to know it was 20, and then write 20 times pi equals circumference. So throw in your units, centimeters. So this one here, you don't have to actually do. You don't get an answer like you do here. Okay, you just write what it is you would times pi by to get the Celsius. You'll see these fairly recent or fairly often in the Saxon problems coming up in the future. All right, it's multiplication, but you do need to know the formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter. So here's 3 more. See if you can do these on your own. Come up with the right answer before you get to your TIDs. So on A, first of all, can you tell me what the diameter is? Hopefully you said that it's 8 because it's 4 and 4, right? And you need to know that. And on C, you need to know that that is 4. Okay, so this one here's 8, this one is 4. Now, knowing that circumference equals pi times diameter, go ahead and figure out those 3. For A, you should have taken 3.14 times it by 8 and come up with 25.12 inches. For B, you would have taken your 42 millimeters and times them by 22 and then divided by 7 and come up with 132. And on C, you would have just left pi as pi, so you just would have said 4 times pi feet equals circumference. All right, that's it. That's the lesson. There's your TIDs. Get them knocked out tonight. Submit them, and we'll do the lesson tomorrow in class. Bring your questions with you. Thank you for watching the video.